Lessons in being friendly with strangers. Lesson number 1. After you handshake, after you shake the hand of the man or the gentlewoman or the gentleman, gently rock your baby. After you shake his hand, make sure while you shake his hand, look him in the eye, and then tell him, and then tell them, and that when you shake his, look him in the eye when you shake his hand, and then tell him that he's the most wonderful architect that you've ever laid eyes on. Just like King Solomon. Lesson number 2. If they have an interest that you don't have, tell them about how much you like the cartoon Caillou. Caillou on PBS. If you have another interest besides Caillou, you should probably not talk about it because they won't find it. Talk about Caillou because otherwise they won't find it interesting. Caillou. When you talk about Caillou, always shake their hand firmly in the eye, and then talk about Caillou with your friends. Yeah. Stop that. Lesson number 3. Once you have broken the ice after shaking the hand of the man, woman, or child whom you have shaken the hand of, and you have successfully broken the ice, make sure you came equipped with a map of Rhode Island, because there's nothing that will impress a potential teammate more than a map of Rhode Island, the state where you come to visit, but you want to spend a lifetime, just like Caillou. Lesson number 4. That's how many fingers I'm holding up. You're gonna have to trust me on that one. When recounting, once you've successfully made your move and just like, I don't know, give them a painting or something, or maybe 2 paintings. People like paintings. I don't know. Paintings seem pretty cool. Just like John Stamos. Yeah. Lesson number 5, I think. But yeah, lesson number 5. Now that you have successfully done the past 4 things that I laid out for you, next you shall walk up to the person. Well, you walked up to them a while ago. Continue to stand in front of them, like how when you shook their hand in lesson number 1, number uno, number dos. No, that's a different number. Stay there and keep talking to them, because otherwise they'll think you're a little weird potato for walking away, because like you didn't even say goodbye. You gotta hug them first. Like, come on, man. Gotta hug them first. Gotta hug them first. Gotta hug them. Lesson number 6, part 2. I don't really know where part 1 went. I don't know. You just sort of skipped it. That's what I was feeling. Yeah. Next thing is, in dealing with strangers who you just became acquainted with, you must always make sure that you're not presenting yourself as a different person than you are. You want to be authentically you. Live your best life now. Live your best life now. Ooh. So make sure you're presenting who you really are for this stranger, man, or woman, child, or man, full grown. Who knows? Yeah. Lesson number 6, the sequel to part 2. So it's part 3, which is the second part of lesson 6. That's too many numbers for me. Oh. That's just too many. I didn't think about this. Anyway, when you meet a stranger, the next thing you need to do is make sure that they are well rested and that they are comfortable in their current clothing. You can always find new clothing for a stranger. Just think really hard about it, and it'll happen. Lesson number 8. Lesson number 7, don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that one. Yep. This is lesson number 8, part 1, probably. Yeah. Maybe the only one. Next, don't confuse people with numbers. Like, don't ignore lesson. Well, don't ignore it, but don't. Yeah. So don't like do math with strangers. They don't like it. Strangers don't like math. Never do math with strangers. Don't. Lesson number 9, well, also sort of lesson number 8, but because I fudged that one. This is a lesson, don't worry about the number. You know what, numbers are just a stupid construct anyway. Don't worry about the numbers. Like I said in the last lesson, strangers don't like math. So next what you need to worry about is how much you're sweating. Do you got a lot of sweat on your brow? 'Cause that's a problem. Wipe it off with your handy-dandy toothbrush that's specifically made for wiping sweat from your brow, from your brow specifically yours. Make sure you do that with specifically your brow and specifically your The next lesson. Don't make that sound around strangers. They won't like you, and I also won't like you, so nobody will like you, because there's only strangers. There's only strangers. There's only strangers. So don't. I won't like you. Strangers won't like you. Oh, there's only... Oh. Oh. Well, that's a real important lesson right there. I'm gonna number it number 15. Yeah. Yeah. Lesson number 16. When you meet a new stranger, after you've done all the other things, but maybe before them too, I don't know, wash your hands. Wash your hands. People like hygiene, so wash your hands. Your hands deserve to be washed, so wash your hands. Your hands. Strangers like washed hands. So do it at some point. I don't know. Whenever you have the time, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Which number is this? I forgot. Crap. Lesson number... the next one. When you are sure that things are going well, you might want to start winking just every once in a while. Like, not a lot, but just like, wink, just like a little wink every once in a while. Like, maybe they're not even looking at you, just wink and see if they notice. Like, every once in a while, just, you know, make them know you really care about this interaction. Make them know they are loved, and in any capacity possible, wink at them in a loving manner. Not seductively and not creepily, just wink a little bit. Just a little wink. I'm doing it now. You're gonna have to take my word for it. Just a little wink. In this next lesson, which has a number, but I'm not gonna say it because it's secret, we're going to learn something else about interacting with a stranger you just met. Always make sure you have, always make sure you have, focus all your thoughts and your time and your energy. Just focus everything, like right on their forehead. Like, I know that sort of doesn't make sense, but just do it and you'll find that it's pretty good. Gives you a tingling feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Lesson number 12, which follows the secret. Make sure once you have done all of these things that you are not being watched in any capacity by any menacing or unmenacing or slightly menacing persons or personage of any age, group, or ethnicity, because that could be a problem. Houston, we have... That could be a problem. So make sure you're not being observed by any particularly sketchy or menacing or unmenacing individuals other than the very stranger that you met. Make sure that if there are menacing or unmenacing individuals observing your every move, that you give them oranges, because I guess they like oranges. I don't know. I think that they seem to like oranges, at least. Just give them some oranges. This is the next lesson where we learn about how you avoid being thought of as a potential food source from your newly met friend that is still a stranger. Just tell them, I'm not a food source, and that should settle that one. So, Yeah. That's not really generally an issue. We don't have many cannibals in this region of the world. No, so yeah, no, don't worry about that one. Actually, just ignore this one. Actually, it's really not important, unless of course you think they're cannibal, in which case, you're screwed anyway. Lesson number this one. This is the lesson that is this one, and so when you've done all of these things, including the safety measures of making sure with the people and such, that next you're gonna want to ask your stranger if they want a flower. If they do, you're gonna give them a flower. Now, how you give someone a flower is you find yourself a flower, maybe in a gutter somewhere, or on your roof, or maybe it just ended up in your pocket and you don't know why, and you just go like, here, have a flower. I'm doing it right. You can't see me, but I'm doing it. You just sort of give them the flower. That's how you do that one. Lesson number, I'm going to just call it 20. Lesson number Tony. I'm going to call this Lesson Tony. Lesson Tony. Now, once you've established ground rules and you've given a flower, make sure that they don't secretly have a twin that's going to try to kill you and then marry you and then kill you. But if they do, just like find them. I don't. You know what? Just hope for the best, I guess. Yeah, just hope for the best. Yeah. Lesson number Tony, part Patricia. Sing the battle hymn of the Republic, but only the first verse. They will find this very charming. Here are the words. O mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, alleluia. Glory, glory, alleluia. Glory, glory, alleluia. God's truth is marching on. They'll find this very charming. I'm pretty darn sure. About as darn sure as you can darn sure be. Darn it. Darn it. Darn your socks. Joel. This is Lesson Joel. Once you have sung the Battle Hymn of the Republic for your chosen stranger whom you have been speaking to for some time, some length of time, I don't know what length of time, it's a length of time you know, you alone. So, next, you're probably going to want to, and do this with some discretion, but like, you're going to want to avoid trimming your nails, but if you really need to, you can. So at this point, don't trim your nails. Don't trim your nails. That's a thing to not do at this point in the conversation. They'll think you're one weird pair of jeans. One weird pair of jeans. This one is Lesson Christopher, Part 6. Lesson Christopher, Parts 1 through 5, and Part Goalpost are all very esoteric protected information, but this one you'll like. Next, pat them right on the shoulder, like just a light little pat, like just pat, just a little pat. I'm doing it, but you can't see me. Just a little pat, you know. This is the lesson where we play golf. So next, now that you gave a little pat, they might be unsure how to feel. So ask them how many children they want to have. Don't ask them if they have any children. Ask them how many children they want to have. But as soon as they start to answer, or say anything at all in response, ask how their grandmother is doing. If she's doing good, that's good. If she's not, then you should probably start crying, because otherwise it'll look like you're just a heartless person. If the grandmother's dead, then just, I don't know, go find them a new grandmother, and then pat them again. Like, cry some more? Cry? Lesson. Now that you've established core values and a shared sense of national heroism or something like that, talk about something like farming. Talk about agriculture. I'm talking like tractors, but not like tractors, but like tractors. Agriculture. Talk about how much you love agriculture. Growing all those agriculture. That'll be a good conversation. It'll really open up the opportunities, throw the doors wide open. Wide open. Lesson 21. Maintain eye contact. Just, keep your eyes looking at their eyes. And if their eyes ain't looking at your eyes, where are they looking? My eyes are up here. My eyes aren't over there. That's a cloud. And those are my shoes. And that's your own face. How do you even do that, stranger? Huh. Huh. So maintain eye contact very closely. Lesson 22. The next thing you're going to want to do to ensure a good time is to ask them about what kind of ice cream they would like you to buy them. Specifically, what kind of ice cream they would like you to buy them. But make sure to warn them before they say anything that you're not going to buy them any ice cream. You just want to know for future reference. They'll think that you're in it for the long haul. You ain't just a playa. You're in it for the long haul with this stranger. The next lesson. Next, make sure to comb your hair while maintaining conversation, perhaps about Caillou or agriculture. Give them your map of Rhode Island to distract Or maybe if you have another map of another state, if they got tired of Rhode Island, maybe they're from Rhode Island. Why Rhode Island? Of all the states. But comb your hair. Maybe scream and shout a little bit. Just a little scream. Little scream and shout. Just a little tiny scream and shout. While you comb your hair. Why Connecticut? I think, was it Connecticut? This lesson is the lesson that is lesson number Rajesh. Lesson number Rajesh. Rajesh. That's the number of this lesson. So next what you're gonna want to do, sugar muffins. Next what you're gonna want to do with your free time, while you're talking to this fine stranger, is next determine their gender. Are they one or the other, or maybe another one? Maybe you can marry them if you fall in love. Who knows? What? Lesson number 24, 25? One of those. Tell them about how you want to go time traveling. Even if you don't want to go time traveling, they'll be able to tell the truth. And they'll love you even more either way. But it's a platonic love, just like when you have a bird and it lays an egg, and then that egg is your food because the circle of life. And maybe there's This is the next lesson after the last one. Next, what you're gonna Next, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to clap. Both of you and your stranger, the stranger that you know now, sort of, but they're still a stranger. You're both gonna start clapping, like just good strong claps, and then you're gonna switch places. But you're gonna do it real awkwardly while clapping. It's got to be awkward. That's the only way to make it not awkward. It's like deferral or something. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. You're gonna want to do that several times. Several at your discretion, within the bounds of reason and comfort. Next lesson, now that you've clapped and switched places, you have to do the thing, you know, when you play Down by the Banks, you're to the last two people, and you do the thing where you cross your arms, and you do the back and forth, the Down by the Banks, the hanky-panky, the little frog jumps from bank to banky, with an down by the riverside, kerplunk splash, you know, but you gotta do it with only two people, that thing. You gotta do that at least 5 times, best of 5, to figure out who's going to be the leader in Simon Says. Not who gets to be Simon, only Simon gets to be Simon. Who gets to be the leader in Simon Says. Yeah, maybe make some cupcakes. Lesson number Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Lesson number Figaro. You're gonna want to make sure that they're not like bothered by any of this. You remember, they're still a stranger. You just walked up to them and met them on the street, so you're gonna want to make sure that they're doing okay. If they need a change of clothes, if they need a new backpack, maybe some fresh tomatoes, get it for them. Just, knock on the door of your next the next one. Excellent. This is lesson number 46, because I've decided the next number after Figaro. So congratulations, you've officially found yourself a newborn child in the form of an adult and or teenager and or actual newborn child. Maybe not, though. Yeah, no, never mind. Never mind, because no. This is the perfect opportunity. You have found a newborn child. Just, name the child Christofferson. Lesson number 47. You ever notice how some people are just like, wow. You look at them and you're like, wow. Wow. You just look at them and you're like, wow. If this stranger is like that, then propose to them right now. Just imagine you have a ring and then kneel down and pretend that you have this ring and propose with this pretend ring. If your stranger is really meant to be your husband or wife, then it will be so. So just, wow. If that happens. Lesson number Alawite. That's A-L-A-W-I-T-E. A-L-A-W-I-T-E. Alawite. Look it up. In this lesson, we're going to learn about concluding prayers. Also, don't do that. We're going to learn about how to stop a conversation because you're done with the conversation. First, you kiss him on the forehead. Nice little, just a friendly little kiss. Once again, that platonic love, like the bird, the egg, and the circle of life, or whatever, I guess. And then shake their hand nice and firm with nice and good eye contact, like we said before. No clouds, no clouds. Then you're all good. Free to leave. Lesson 18.5. The Empire strikes. Here we're going to learn how to walk away from the stranger after you have said goodbye. You must not step on any lines or on any cracks. You know the old saying, step on a line, break your mother's spine. Step on a crack, you're going to blow up some shit. Don't do that. I think I definitely messed up the old saying. Yeah, it was probably intentional. I've forgotten at this point. Yeah, just be careful and watch out for those. Talk about Caillou as you leave, just to yourself, just for safety's sake. Alrighty, thank you all, my wonderful pupils, my students of great regard. Thank you for learning from me the ways of the world and of many things. You are now well equipped to be in the world and speak to strangers, which is a difficult task to do, so that's a good thing. So if you have any questions, send them to P.O. Box 036, that's P.O. Box 036, Phoenix, Arizona, zip code Glockenspiel. That's zip code Glockenspiel, Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona.